Starting this edition with some breaking news now coming in. Qatar has summoned Indian envoy over the remarks by members of the ruling party. In a statement, Qatari Foreign Ministry has now demanded public apology and immediate condemnation of these remarks from the government of India. However, they also welcome the suspension of the officials. Let me go across to our senior executive editor, Abhishek Kapoor, has been tracking this story very closely. In fact, remember, earlier in the day, the Bharatiya Janata Party has already put out a statement condemning the remarks that have been made, not really naming the two individuals who made those very comments. In fact, now Qatar has summoned Indian envoy. There's a lot of talks about how these comments perhaps has a damning impact on the relationships that India shares with Saudi Arabia as well as UAE. We'll try and go across to Abhishek just to get us the latest details that we are getting in right now. Abhishek, if you can hear me.
Well, Shravan, yes. So there is a statement that has come in
Abhishek,
from the Ministry of External Affairs.
Go ahead, Abhishek. Go ahead.
Yes, Shravan, you were getting me, right? This is a statement that has come in from the spokesperson of the Embassy of India in Qatar. Remember, the backdrop is that Vice President of India, Venkaiah Naidu, happens to be in Qatar today, and he has been having important diplomatic engagements in Doha. And this is about ambassadors meeting in the Foreign Office. Obviously, he was called in there. And some concerns were raised with him regarding some tweets by individuals in India. Of course, the context is of the BJP leaders, and we see in the pictures Nupur Sharma there, Naveen Jindal. But it has been communicated to the Qatari side that relevant authorities have taken the decision that need to be taken in terms of, we know, for example, both Nupur Sharma and Naveen Jindal, they had been suspended from the party in the context of the statements they had made. Some social media tweets by Naveen Jindal. In the case of Nupur Sharma, her comments that were made, both have withdrawn and regretted it. The statement that comes in from our spokesperson in the Qatari embassy, in our embassy in Qatar, Doha, says that in line with our civilizational heritage and strong cultural traditions of unity and diversity, Government of India accords the highest respect to all regions. Also, remember, Shravan, that ahead of taking action against both the spokespersons Nupur Sharma and Naveen Jindal, the BJP had come out with an official release in which it had distanced itself completely from the comments made and said that strong action and said that BJP in no manner subscribes to what the spokespersons have said. Also, strong action has already been taken against those individuals for the derogatory remarks. And a statement has also been issued by concerned quarter. That's, of course, the release I was mentioning about the BJP. So some sort of damage control, given the fact that there is a social media fanning of fire that is taking place on something which obviously could have been avoided. But on the program, the anchor did not intervene. And subsequently, of course, we have seen how things have really gotten a bit out of hand. Now with this statement, the action taken by the BJP and the statement that they have released, hopefully tempers would calm down and people would realize that sometimes in moments of, moments of anger, moments of these kind of debates, some comments are made, but it does not necessarily reflect the ethos of the country, and that's what the statement of the Ministry of External Affairs is about, Ranjan. Shravan.
Well, in fact, Abhishek, we are also getting in some more breaking news right now. In fact, we're being told that in response to a media query regarding the statement that has been issued by Qatar, ambassador has now conveyed that tweets do not in any manner reflect the views of the Government of India. Government of India accords the highest respect to all religions. Strong action has already been taken against those who've made the derogatory remarks. Now, that's the latest we're getting in. Abhishek, if you would like to take it forward.
When I was actually talking about that, so for whatever happened in Qatar by way of our ambassador being called the MEA has now given this release, which is attributed to the spokesperson of our embassy in India, in Qatar, and in Doha, and it says that the ambassador had a meeting in the Foreign Office in which concerns were raised with regard to some offensive tweets. Essentially, the Qatari side wanted to understand from the ambassador what is happening in India in the context of the comments made against Prophet of Islam, Prophet Muhammad, and what action has been taken. So it has been communicated, all that action that has been taken by the BJP in terms of the statement that was brought out, in terms of the action that has been taken by suspending both the spokespersons, Nupur, Sharma and Naveen Jindal, and that this is not what Indian ethos are about. We have civilizational links between Doha and New Delhi, and historical linkages, and no attempt should be made, or if attempt is being made by Western interests to harm India-Qatar relations in any manner, we should be able to see through it, and we have to work together against such mischievous elements. That's the statement coming in, Shravan. Essentially some damage control, but what is important is that action has already been taken, and Qataris, of course, did this just ahead of landing of Vice President of India, Venkaiah Naidu, who's on a state visit, and that's why I think this is scramble and this statement that has come in from a spokesperson of our embassy in Doha.
Well, in fact, I'll request you to stay on, Abhishek. Let's also listen in to the soundbite that has now come in from Naveen Jindal, who was suspended by the party earlier in the day.
निष्कासन का ये जो लेटर आया हुआ है कि आपने जो सांप्रदायिक जो यहाँ पर सद्भावना भड़काने वाले विचार प्रकट किए हैं, इसलिए आपको पार्टी की तरफ से निष्कासन पत्र जारी किया गया है। क्या कहेंगे इस विषय?
मैं पार्टी का समर्पित कार्यकर्ता हूँ। पार्टी जो फैसला करेगी वही हमारे लिए सर्वोपरि है।
तो क्या आपको ये पत्र मिल गया है?
इस पर चर्चा करेंगे जैसे आएगा।
Well, in fact, now we're also tracking the other big